people and the stress test failed and the disregards. The work you've done is remarkable, and it's changing how we feel and move in a pandemic. So thank you very, very much. I'm happy to introduce Dr. Melissa Morgan to present on her areas of research as well as special surprise presentation that I'm very much looking forward to, and you will as well. Dr. Morgan is the Department Head of Music and Director of Choral Activities in the Department of Media, Arts and Performances at the University of Regina. In the fall of 2022, Dr. Morgan became the Music Director of the Campion College Musica Sacra Music Series. An active conductor, she is frequently asked to serve as a collision adjudicator and a guest conductor with high school, children's choirs, and other choirs throughout North America. Dr. Morgan holds a doctorate in music performance in choral conducting from the University of Toronto, a Master's of Music Performance in choral conducting from the University of Western Ontario, and a Bachelor of Arts and a Bachelor of Music Education from the University of Regina. She's also an association of the Toronto Royal Conservatory of Music in piano, voice, and flute. Dr. Morgan is working on writing contributions for a new book which focuses on women's composers that will be published by GIA Publications, Inc. in the summer of 2024, and we'll be ready to get it. So please welcome Dr. Melissa Morgan.
As a child, I instinctively moved to the music that I was learning. The acts of dancing, singing were common occurrences that were part of my home. My very musical grandmother and mother were the first to teach me the language of musical notation via solfege, using my hand and not a printed score as the music. I'm struggling to get this clicker to work. Can someone help me here? There we are. Very good. My talk has moved into song, and you needed to see that. Back to the script. My research, for the past 23 years, I have spent my life developing and perfecting the art of conducting, and more specifically, the art of choral singing. That is, teaching groups of people with different backgrounds, musical experiences, and a variety of diversities how to sing as one unit. And while I was raised in a home where music was not a hobby, but a lifestyle, I am often faced with the challenge of having to teach musicality, phrasing, and shaping to people who struggle to move into song. My research seeks to incorporate elements of Dalcroze Eurhythmics pedagogy into the choral rehearsal room. Now, Dalcroze pedagogy aims to bring a musician's attention to their physical awarenesses. Dalcroze teachers argue that by bringing awarenesses to our emotional and physical responses to the music, we not only understand our art, but we become the art. And Dalcroze teachers and pedagogues have several guiding principles, of which I will highlight 3. The first is that our body is our instrument, and our instrument is our body. The second is that music is a way to know oneself. And the third is that learning happens through active participation and should address the whole person, the body, the mind, and the spirit. In its most basic form, Dalcrozian pedagogues believe that the body is the first instrument and that a person should experience the music in the body before considering the technical elements of any instrument. If you review the photo that is on the screen, you can see the members of the University of Regina choirs performing during our recent tour to London, England. These singers are not just singing correct notes and rhythms. They embody the song, As singers move into the song, the audience is also moved, creating a strong connection between performer, the music, and the listener. There are three main components to understanding the structure and the methodology behind Dalcroze Eurhythmics. First is the Eurhythmics, that is the whole body movement. And that word Eurhythmics comes from the Greek euro and rhythmos, meaning good flow or well balanced. The second part is the solfege, the singing and the audiation. In solfege, musicians are taught to read music using a fixed do solfege syllable system, the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Singing solfege trains the ear and the mind to recognize chords and understand functional harmonies and key relationships. Then the third part is the improvisation. This is both physical and musical. In Dalcroze pedagogy, the ability to improvise in physical movement and in your instrument is highly important, and it's a skill. And that's because improvisation provides a pathway for dialogue and communication between a teacher, a student, or a performer and a listener. And while I'm not a certified Dalcroze teacher, I incorporate this methodology in my work. Mary Bryce, a Dalcroze certified teacher and author of The Unfolding Human Potential, says it best when she writes, "The human body is an orchestra in which the various instruments, the muscles, the nerves, the eyes, and the ears are directed by two simultaneous conductors, the soul and the mind." My application to Dalcroze pedagogy in the choral classroom allows the singers to move into singing without a reliance of overcoaching, but empowers the singer to take ownership of their own musicianship. Now, some of you may ask the question, why does singing matter? And why must we invest in choral ensembles? And by the same token, the fine arts in general, theater, music, dance, visual art, and the like? Well, according to a national survey conducted by Choral Canada in 2017, there are 3.5 million Canadians that sing in over 28,000 choirs from coast to coast. With about 50%, that's about 50% more adult choral singers than hockey players in Canada. That's right. Canadian culture is a singing culture. The benefits of movement and music are endless, as medical studies and publications such as the Journal of Behavioral Science, the E-Cancer Medical Science, Psychology of Music, the British Journal of Psychiatry, and many others show that music improves and is a benefit to brain health, pain relief, better communication, heart health, overall social and emotional well-being, language development, a person's focus, and stress relief, to name a few. While I do not have the choir with me this evening, I do have a very talented member of the choir who will perform for us tonight. Please welcome Xavier Russell McLean, a third-year piano performance major studying with pianist Michael Angel on faculty here in our music department in the faculty of MAP to perform Homesick Bossa, a Brazilian composer by Brazilian composer Dennis R. Nasser Baptista. This is the music right here. The bossa is considered popular music in Brazil, which blends characteristics of the samba, a dance form, and cool jazz. And I invite you to listen to this performance and begin to become aware of the flexibility of the tempi or the speeds in this introduction. Notice the syncopations found in the body of the music and allow your mind and body to move into the song. Thank you.
you.